Hi Leo, welcome to your year ahead 2018 and bonus information from 2019 and 2020. 2020 has a really big lineup in Capricorn, and it's worthy to talk about it now because the energy is starting here in January. Now for you, you're finishing up with the eclipses this year in 2018, and that's good news. The first total lunar eclipse in 2018 is on January 31st in your sign. And this is about your self-image, how you present yourself to the world. For many of you, you've been changing your self-image, even your appearance and your outlook on life. You're making new beginnings, and this is very positive. It's also important for you to ditch anyone who does not appreciate you and move on. This is the time to release and let go of relationships that are not supportive or appreciative or respectful of you. Now Mars, he is big news here in 2018 because he's going to spend 5 months in Aquarius in the area of love and partnership for you. Now Mars is the warrior, he comes with a sword, so he can be a bit of a troublemaker. And here is another sign for you to really look at how your relationships are going, and you want to avoid drama, relationships that are filled with drama. You might want to also ditch those. So Mars is going to be in Aquarius May 16th through August 12th and September 10th through November 15th. He will retrograde June 26th through August 27th from 9 degrees Aquarius back into 28 degrees Capricorn. And so this is, he's mostly in Aquarius in his retrograde phase, and he's spending 5 months in Aquarius in the area of marriage and partnership, business partnerships, your public, other people, anyone you consult with. And so if you're finding that anyone you consult with or people in your life are not supporting you, or they're creating drama, this is an important time to really look at what you're receiving from these interactions. And with Mars in this area, it can shake the foundation of the most loving and solid drama-free relationships. Conflicts can occur, so make sure it's worth fighting about. Your partner may push the envelope to see where your boundaries are in the relationship. And Jupiter in Scorpio, you will have some powerful emotions here. Now Saturn is leaving your house of romance, and that's good news. You can get back to having fun, party, travel, once you handle your to-do list. And Saturn may even give you a bonus as he leaves in December and enters Capricorn, and will be in Capricorn for the next 3 years, which is incredibly significant. Uranus is bringing sudden and surprising changes because Uranus is entering Taurus. And that brings the action to your outward contribution to society, your destiny in the world, your reputation, your profession, your career legacy, your unique individual contribution to society. And so with Uranus moving into Taurus, and that's going to happen May 15th through November 6th, then he will go back into Aries until he enters Taurus again, which will be on March 6th, 2019. So you'll start to feel the effects of Uranus, the awakener, the liberator, the surprise agent in the area of your career and work. So there's a lot happening for you in the area of career and your work. And with Uranus, Uranus is the ruler of the area for you that has to do with relationships. So what have you learned since 2012, since these last few years that Uranus has been in Aries? Now, I believe he was in Aries, even earlier than 2012. I think it was 2011, or he even dipped in 2010. But the main focus has been these last 7 years that Uranus has been in the area of what you believe, and perhaps you have evolved your beliefs quite a bit. Now with him crossing this part of your chart that has to do with what you do in the world, and with Saturn entering Capricorn, which has to do with how you work, there's definite positive changes here with you about how you work, the way you work, what you do for work. Uranus always wants to liberate you and free you from self-imposed limitations. So what you do for work, is it an authentic reflection of who you are? Is it something that you're really creative and passionate about? Now, there's nothing wrong with going to a job and making money to pay the bills. However, Uranus can kick us out of things that are holding back the potential, holding back what you're really capable of, and break up the situation so that we move on from it if we're not reaching our potential where we are. The good news is Saturn and Uranus, and both of them rule your area of relationships, are forming a grand Earth trine all of 2018. And they've been trining harmonious energy flow all of 2017. So this awesome, creative, practical, innovative, ingenious energy is available for you to make changes in your destiny, in your profession, as well as how you work. Your day-to-day work, your day-to-day routine, your work habits, your health habits. All of these are going to be called into question with Saturn in Capricorn now. And he's going to camp out there for a long time. He won't move into Aquarius until March of 2020. And he'll go in for a couple of months and come right back out again into Capricorn. And then he'll re-enter later in 2020 for good. And so in Capricorn, Saturn rules Capricorn. And with him in there, he's joining up with Pluto. And Saturn and Pluto are the heavyweight champions of astrology. They are change makers. And they're getting ready to couple in 2020. They will couple for all of 2020. Even when they're out of sign, when Saturn moves into Aquarius, they'll still be coupled, conjunct. Jupiter will join them in 2020 in Capricorn. Mars will join them in 2020 in Capricorn. He will be coupled with all of them February and March of 2020. And that's what we call a stellium. We'll have Jupiter, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto all coupled together in February and March. This is extremely significant. The last time Saturn and Pluto coupled together was in 1982 and 1983, and that was in Libra. Think back then what changes you made and how significant those changes were. Now, for some of you, you weren't born yet, but for others, those of you born in 1982 and 1983, you have the Saturn-Pluto coupled in Libra in your natal birth chart, which is very significant. It is about changing the institution of relationships, marriage. And it's already happening with your generation and younger folk not rushing into marriage. And that's why the divorce rate has dropped so much. Yay. And so maybe we need to redefine the marriage institution so it's more applicable to what people are experiencing now. In some countries, they don't even get married anymore. In Iceland or Sweden, they're opting to not do that. So, maybe we're saying let's make some changes here so that people have more positive outcomes given relationships, especially when we move on and evolve from people. Now here in Capricorn, Capricorn rules ambition. Capricorn rules goals. Capricorn rules achievement and your profession in the world. You are Capricorns when it comes to your work, when it comes to your service. And with them coupling together, this is going to initiate a new economic cycle. It will reset the economies and the governments and the institutions. And it's good because if we're coming from integrity, which is your spiritual backbone, then you're going to be promoted. If we're out of integrity, then there will be a cost. And Saturn examines and tests whatever he touches. So with him in this area of your work and your health, you want to make sure that you're taking really good care of you, that you're eating well, exercising, getting plenty of rest, not being a workaholic, although Saturn can bring that out in us. Be aware of when that happens. But you really want to take a look at your daily routine and see what changes you can make so that you have more energy and you have more of what you want in your life and in your profession. Now, when Saturn tours this part of our chart, we can feel maybe we're not as appreciated as we could be at the job, that we're doing all this work, but we're not necessarily getting the recognition. Oftentimes that comes when Saturn goes above the horizon, and that will happen for you in 2020 when Saturn enters Aquarius. That will be showtime. Doesn't mean it's not showtime now, but there is such an emphasis of working with the public when Saturn enters Aquarius for Leos. You're going to feel this Capricorn energy starting right in January because there's going to be a mega conjunction, stellium, in Capricorn at the Capricorn new moon right there in January with Saturn, Pluto, Sun, Moon, Mercury, and Venus all in Capricorn. This is very significant. So you're going to feel this energy in this area of your work habits, your health habits, and what changes can you make in your work so that you are feeling liberated in what you're doing. You have more freedom. Maybe you want more time to travel. Maybe you want more time to do things that are inspiring for you. And this is important because the whole reason you're here is to evolve and to become larger. And if you're becoming larger but staying in the same place, then that holds back your growth. And so this is about you really looking at what changes you can make so that you're feeling excited about your work. You're feeling excited about your life. You're feeling this newness and freshness in what you do. Even if you've been doing what you do for a really long time, we can still inject a new sense of freedom and freshness into what we do. And that's important to consider. So the eclipses are running in this area of how you show up in the world and how you do relationships. And it starts right off in January and February. Then it's going to shift to Cancer. And you'll be relieved when the eclipses start happening in Cancer, Capricorn. And the first one will be July 13th, and that's a solar eclipse in Cancer. And that's bringing the action to behind the scenes, where we keep secrets, but also your spiritual, the part of your life that is deeply spiritual, connected to Source. And so it will have more to do with your mission. And that can be, this whole theme behind the Saturn, Uranus energy shifting this way in your chart empowering you to step into your destiny. For those of you that don't feel like you're on your path or doing what you've come here to do, you could be really feeling this calling in 2018, 2019, and in 2020. And, you know, it's starting now with this energy shifting off into Cancer. And then it will be followed by a lunar eclipse in Aquarius in that area of relationships, you know, continuing that theme of, you know, what's been going on in relationships and, you know, what changes you can make. And, you know, maybe you've made some, you know, back when Mars was retrograde, June 26th through August 27th, or you're going to definitely make them at this lunar eclipse, because Mars will be retrograde in August through the eclipses, because the following eclipse is on August 11th in Leo at 19 degrees Leo. It's a solar eclipse. This is the final one. And so you can see that this is the finishing touches being put on this area of relationships for you and how you show up in your relationships, your self-image, and you're really going to be cleaning house here with relationships. And, you know, if you're in a good relationship, it will definitely weather these eclipses and the Mars retrograde. But if you don't have a soul agreement to go any further with this person, and all relationships are based on soul agreements. If you don't have a soul agreement to go any further with the person, that means you will move on from the relationship. And it doesn't matter really, you know, how much you negotiate or, you know, want to keep it. If the energy has moved on, that means we need to move on as well. And so it will be unique for each one. This is a broad brush I'm painting here. This is a very general forecast for Leo Sun, Leo Rising, Leo Moon, and those that have a strong Leo energy in their natal birth chart. It's a broad brush I'm painting with here. And so it will be unique to each one of you how you use these eclipses to make positive changes in your life and your relationships. Now, Neptune is helping out quite a bit with you because he is helping you in your love life with deeper intimacy and attracting the right person. And what's beautiful is Neptune will be trining Jupiter in this area of your foundation and home most of the year. So Neptune trine Jupiter, the first one was December 2nd, and then the second one will be May 25th, and then the third one will be August 19th. This is very good for love and healing and compassion and intuition and spirituality. Another positive energy in here for you is Jupiter will be sextile Pluto. This is good for business, this is good for work, this is good for your health, and it's good for increasing your money. That will go exact January 15th, April 14th, and September 12th. And this is good news too. So this will empower you in your work, in your foundation, and empower you to make the needed changes that are appropriate for you in improving your situation. And you know, you end the year with Jupiter in Sagittarius moving into the area of true love and romance. So the universe is sending you someone and something new and improved. You want to be ready for big love and a new and improved situation. Now this is really significant. And so if you're with the right person, then you're going to weather the storms that come up and the differences that occur. If you're single, the universe is going to be bringing you someone that is amazing for you and right for you and like just could be the biggest relationship of your life. And this is exciting. And so you're going to spend a lot of time of the year in work, focusing on work, and this is appropriate. So the North Node in Leo is going to be happening until November 6th, and then it shifts to Cancer on November 7th, and it'll be in Cancer until May 5th, 2020. So the first eclipse happens in Cancer in July, and then the nodes shift from Leo and Aquarius to Cancer, Capricorn, starting in November. And that's going to shift the energy to work and service for you too. So you can see that the energy is shifting in here with you with a very big emphasis on work. Yes, there's a lot of energy going on in the area of relationships too. However, the big focus over the next few years is going to be in your work houses, the work that you do, and your destiny in the world. Having Jupiter in the house of love by the end of 2018 and for most of 2019 is also going to be very significant for you in the area of romance and love. And so a lot is happening. And for those of you single and available, is, you can be out there dating and meeting people, and you could meet someone very significant in the months ahead, absolutely, and they could be absolutely the right person for you. And there could be this strong emotional bond with them as well. And, time will show you if they're the right one, or if the universe has someone even better for you. That will be shown to you, as the year moves on and as you move into 2019 and 2020. And so this is a general forecast for the year ahead, and 2018, 2019, and 2020. There is a lot of potential here for you to meet someone. For those of you coupled, especially with Mars camping out in Aquarius, you're going to find that you really do need to pay attention to what's going on in the relationship. Is it healthy? Is it serving you? Or is the universe nudging you forward? And Leo's born in the first few days of Leo, which would be in July, July 22nd, 23rd, 24th, right in there. You will be working with Uranus when he enters Taurus in May. And that has to do with you standing up for yourself, standing for what you believe in, standing in what's right for you, really asking yourself if you believe in what you're doing, the work that you're doing, the relationship you're in. And Uranus wants to liberate you and free you from what might be holding you down and holding you back. And so this is an important time to look at your right path. Are you on your right path? Are you in the right relationship? Are you in the right living location? Now, I will go into detail as the weeks and the months ahead evolve. So, this is a general forecast for 2018 and a look into 2019 and 2020. And, we'll take a bigger look each month as we go forward. And, money, I'm not seeing any challenges with the money. And with Saturn in harmony with Uranus, this is very good for the work that you're doing. And Neptune in harmony with Jupiter, this is good for resources that you're building. And, so there's really positive energy here for your money. And career is, really taking off. And it's exciting. You could find, for some of you, you're getting amazing opportunities that you only dreamt that you could have. You might be offered something really exciting that It has to do with technology. It has to do with anything Uranian, metaphysics, astrology, and information, and anything like that that you are doing that has to do with getting the word out far and wide and promoting what you do in the world far and wide. So there is great opportunities here for you, and it's all about your liberation and freeing you so that you are reaching that greatest potential. You are reaching your greatest heights. Spiritually, it is a time to really incorporate the higher self into what you do on a daily basis and allow yourself to meditate, take time for yourself, have fun and play. The focus is going to be shifting over these next couple of years from your self-image, relationships, to your health and well-being and your work habits, your spiritual life, your service to the world, your karma in the world through the service that you provide. And so there's a big shift happening here, and your spirituality is growing, as well as your health. Saturn will be testing it, so that's why you want to make sure that you're taking really good care of you, eating well, exercising, and doing all those things that keep you amazing and fabulous and sunny and bright and awesome. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, favoring, sharing, and Google Plus-ing my videos. Leo, you're rocking awesome. Thank you for subscribing. You totally rock. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And if you would like for me to take a detailed look at your astrology, what's coming up for you in 2018, 2019, 2020, it's very easy. The link is below in the Show More section. It's also up in the cards. You go to my astrology page, you purchase a consultation, by checkout, you get a link to my schedule, and we're working together. Or if you're interested in coaching, you want to focus on a new business idea, promotion, new job, new relationship, it's very easy. Go to my coaching page, you purchase a session, upon checkout, you get a link to my schedule, and we're coaching you. So until next time, Leo, something amazing is happening here for you.